Stoner Sports Talk Worldwide with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Now I got some news that I should be having my told you stuff on. I've been talking about this fight for a while. There's not really a bad fight. Been saying that for about a year, because it's not. It's two heavyweights. Both of the heavyweights been top five before, right? Mexican American descent. Come on, man. Andy Ruiz Jr. versus Chris Arreola, man, is going to be confirmed for later in the year. Those are two guys. Arreola's past his best. We know that. He's 38-6 now. You know what I'm saying? 33 KOs. Andy Ruiz Jr. has to come back from, coming to a second fight with Anthony Joshua as the Blob. Did a Blob impersonation. You know what I mean? It is what it is. He was just fat. But listen, you can't really look at, man, dude, I didn't have that much money. All of a sudden, I got a lot of money. People was, getting with me and women too. And so I had some fun and whatever. But everybody know I can still box. So I can try to get fit after that. But this one time, it's going to happen. Hey, it happens to the best of us. So whatever. But he didn't look good in that fight. So we always know this. If Andy Ruiz Jr. is half fit, he's a problem. Right? He got some fast hands and he got a pretty good chin. And so, and he got some skills. We understand that. So let's see what happens to him. But it's his fight. He's got to win the fight. He's the favorite here. But Chris Arreola, listen. Chris Arreola lost 6 fights. We know, lost 6 fights. You can lose. At the time he lost to Vitaly Klitschko, right? He was undefeated, but you're going to lose to Vitaly Klitschko if you're not a Hall of Famer yourself, right? And let's be real. You're going to lose to Vitaly Klitschko if you ain't a Hall of Famer yourself. I think I can get away with saying that, now, can't I? Now, then after that, who he lose to again? He lost to Bermane Stiverne. No, first of all, he lost to my boy, Czech from Poland. They can't think of his name right now. Adam, I can't think of his name. But the Polish dude, not Kanowski. But anyway, Adam, whatever his name is right now, he was a bad dude in light heavyweight division. He came up. He wasn't able to beat Klitschko himself and bigger fighters, but he was really, really a good fighter. Thomas Adamek. You can't mess with him, right? And so, your boy lost to him. Adamek wasn't bigger than Arreola or nothing. He was smaller, but he, outboxed him. Those two, he lost early. So, after that, then, boom, he went in as a favorite against Bermane Stiverne. Props to Stiverne. Stiverne was underdog in that fight. Then they fought again. He beat Stiverne, beat him again. So after that, okay, then Wilder beat him, and then somebody else beat him. I forget, a couple other guys. So, hey, but he's still in his fight against Kanowski when Kanowski was undefeated threw 1,125 punches. That's a record. Now, make sure this is clear. You threw over 1,000 punches in a heavyweight fight. You got the record, right? You're on your downside, your last fight, right? Let's just put some stuff in perspective. You threw the most punches in your career in your last fight against Adam Kanowski, undefeated Adam Kanowski, who is absolutely relentless, to say the least. Now, let's just put that Robert Helenius thing. Could happen to anybody. We know what happened against Robert Helenius. But don't ask Helenius. Helenius done had that same thing happen to him to about 3 or 4 people. So it can happen. But relentless up until that. Ask Charles Martin how relentless he is. In Brazil, not Brazil, but the other dude, Gerald Washington, how relentless he is. And Adam Spilker and them boys, how relentless Adam Kanowski is. So you letting your hands go over 1,000 times against a dude that you know something coming back against. You know something coming back against. You know damn well something coming back with Adam Kanowski. Everybody know it. Ain't nobody in the rush to fight Adam Kanowski, right? Robert Helenius is gonna make people, try to step to him, right? Robert Helenius, I don't know if he want that rematch either, but he said it though. As a matter of fact, Robert Helenius did say that, and he at least mentioned Louis the Real King Kong Ortiz. So anybody who does that, get some props there. At least he mentioned him. He whispered him. He didn't scream him or nothing, but he whispered him. That's good enough for me sometimes, because ain't nobody else saying nothing. But bottom line is this. I think that the Arreola versus your boy Ruiz is a very good fight. It's going to be entertaining, man. It's going to be entertaining. Your boy Andy Ruiz Jr. is going to have to do a lot of counter punching. And he's going to have to be fit because this guy keeps coming forward. So you're going to have to give him reasons to not come forward anymore. So, I'm gonna tell you now. Yeah, Chris Arreola, you can say he's past it, but like I told you, just threw all those punches. And I can remember, those Stavern fights, but I can also remember Seth Mitchell, right? Seth Mitchell was undefeated at the time. He was a football player, but coming up undefeated, beat a couple of guys, right? No, he had lost one. He had lost one to the trainer from Vladimir Klitschko and Golovkin, Jonathan Banks. He lost to him, right? In a good fight. But up until then, he was doing well. It was about 26-1. So he lost to when he was about to fight Chris Arreola. It was very interesting because Chris Arreola just said, "Listen, guys, I lost a couple of fights, but I am not letting a football player beat me. It has. I'm a boxer, and I'm gonna make sure he understands that." And he went right out there and did exactly that. And Seth Mitchell hasn't fought since. To be honest with you, so I mean, just this is a guy who, when he's going into this fight against Andy Ruiz Jr., this is an opportunity. And that's going to be a very, very good fight no matter when it happens. I've been saying it for the longest. I'm just happy, two Mexican Americans, LA boys, going out there and handling their business. And it's a fight that I think that a lot of people are going to get behind and going to have a good time with this fight. Watch what I tell you. Double Sports Talk, worldwide. And I'm up out of here, y'all.